Hi guys, so as you may already know, I absolutely love Orks, and I kind of think they're superheroes already. So yeah, I plan on doing a little sort of mini series where I convert some Orks into just that, some superheroes. So these lovely Orks were sent to me by Firestorm Games. There's a link in the description, guys. I'm an affiliate with them, so it means if you do click on the link and then buy anything, it doesn't cost you any more, but I get a few pennies from it. And if you go and check them out, guys, they do tons and tons of miniatures. And yeah, great prices. So yeah, go and have a little look, guys. So yeah, usual thing, cut the model out, trim away any sort of bits that were attached to the sprue, cut or shave any of the mold lines just to make it look, well, make it look half decent. And yeah, so these are the ones that are sort of snap fit. But as you've seen in the past with these ones, I kind of prefer to glue them as well. Obviously two reasons really, I guess. One, it's never going to come apart then. And two, using the old cement glue, when you do glue it together, obviously because it melts the plastic, it sort of gets rid of any join or any gaps, which is pretty cool. So these are the two chaps that I've decided to use, mainly because of their running stance. As I always kind of remember as a kid watching Batman and Robin, and yeah, they used to do a lot of running, and then you get obviously that sort of cool music over it. I'm not going to try and sing the music or hum the music, but I'm sure if you're as old as me, you kind of know what it is. So obviously the Batman and Robin didn't have these kind of weapons. He may well have had his boomerang, but that was probably about it. Although he did have that the old utility belt with obviously a gazillion sort of pouches. Never too sure what he had in those. Yeah, I'll have to re-watch some of the films to sort of have a little look. Yeah, so obviously going through the miniatures is a case of cutting off any bits that aren't sort of required. And then trying to shave the area just to sort of make it nice and smooth and make it look like that, well, whatever it is you've just cut off wasn't there in the first place. So I have been wanting to convert some Orks into superheroes for quite some time. But if you watch any of my recent videos, you'll know that I've now got a new love and fondness of painting, which is awesome, because this is the thing that put me off doing any conversions in the past, because I like the idea of doing a conversion, but then the thought of painting the figure once it was made, yeah, always kind of put me off, because I really did hate painting before. Whereas now, obviously, absolutely love it. So this is going to be Batman, and obviously he wears a sort of the cowl. Is it a cowl? It's a cowl. Basically like the hood with the pointy ears. So it obviously means I need to take his ears off. So now he's a nice, smooth, bald-headed, earless Ork. I think he looks quite fetching. So yeah, so here we go. This is this is where I do need to practice a lot more using the green stuff. I've used it occasionally before. But never really sort of to do detailed work. Normally as a bit more of a filler rather than anything else. So yeah, I probably need to get some new tools, because the tools I've got, as you can see, yeah, probably not the best of things. They do have a lot of crud all over them. But yeah, it is a case of using what you've got. So very fiddly, this stuff. Apologies, I don't know why the video keeps, well, going a bit silly here and there. But yeah, try and go through that. So yeah, it is a case of obviously trying to build up the cowl that he's wearing, starting with the eyes and then sort of filling in the rest. Yeah, so very tricky to pick these little bits and pieces up. I spent more time dropping bits than anything else. But again, usual sort of thing, trial and error, more practice. Hopefully practice makes perfect. Like I say, because I do want to do some more sort of conversions, and I will be using green stuff, well, in pretty much all of them, I guess. So yeah, guys, if there's any sort of superheroes you'd like to see me make, by all means leave some comments down below. As yeah, I want to go out making all sorts. I've definitely got plans for making Captain America, probably the Hulk. Yeah, Deadpool I kind of like the idea of. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments who you'd like me to make, and more importantly, or this is important, what would their name be? As obviously I want to sort of make the names, well, Orkish kind of names. So yeah, so Captain America, who would that be? Let me know in the comments, guys. So I probably should have mentioned at the beginning of the video, obviously I'm making these in the style of the old Batman and Robin. Well, I say the original Batman and Robin, the TV series. So yeah, they wear their pants over their trousers, which is always kind of funny. And that seems to be the way of most superheroes, because obviously Superman, yeah, he wears his pants on the outside. Never sure why that was the look back in those days, but yeah, that seems to be how most superheroes kind of went. So yeah, really pleased with how they're sort of come along. I was kind of like flicking between one and the other. because obviously this green stuff, as great as it is, it does take quite a while for it to sort of like fully dry and harden. And obviously sometimes you can do a bit and then you try and do a different bit and your finger or thumb or whatever it is accidentally squishes something else. So that's why I put these on the little rods on top of my painting blocks, just make it a bit easier to sort of hold them, because yeah, I did find it quite fiddly to try and do too much to one figure at a time. So yeah, it's a case of doing a bit to one and then a little bit to the other. I say hopefully I will get better skills with the old green stuff, and say I think I might need to get some newer tools. Although I can't really blame the tools, because obviously it's the operator error rather than the tool at fault here. But yeah, again, usual thing, it's just trial, error and practice. So yeah, obviously I was trying to wet my tool every now and then to make it obviously easier to smooth out the green stuff, as that is obviously something you definitely need to do. Someone did mention in one of my previous videos about using some sort of oil to smooth the things out, but then I wasn't too sure how well that would work when you come to paint it. Although that being said, when I did come to paint this, I did notice, especially in obviously the cloak areas, a lot of fingerprints. So yeah, maybe I do need to use some sort of oil, or I don't know, would IPA work, guys? Let me know, guys, how's the best way to smooth out the green stuff, just so you don't see any sort of well, thumbprints, because yeah, you can see quite a few in the cloak that that I've done once it's been painted. So yeah, it'd be nice to sort of know. Yes, guys, any tips, tricks with green stuff that you've got, by all means leave them in the comments, as yeah, I really want to be using more of this stuff, but I am pretty new to it. And cloaks definitely is something I need to work on, as I need to sort of put in more like folded lines. Yeah, again, maybe I should have done the fold lines in it first before attaching it, because obviously it makes it a bit difficult to do any sort of fold lines, or it was for me anyway. But yeah, kind of fiddly, but kind of fun. And say, I do want to do more of these sort of kitbash conversions into, say, not just superheroes. If there's any villains that you like the idea of, I'll be doing them as well. But obviously, as this month is October, this month all my sort of superhero conversions will be Orks. And I say, because I've got a lovely big combat patrol box that Firestorm Games sent me. So yeah, there's plenty of Orks in there to use. Obviously, the main reason for getting the box was to do the Warhammer 40k chess set that I'm working on, and that's coming along really well. The Orc side, yeah, it's not far off completion, which is pretty cool. So yeah, guys, if you are good at green stuff, look away, because say my cloaks, yeah, they leave a lot to be desired. Right, so the good old painting technique. I'm not going to go into too much detail with the painting technique, because I must admit my last sort of lot of videos, I've really been going, well, it's almost like the same thing really. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly go over it. Usual thing, prime in black, dry brush in grey, then do a nice light dry brush in white. Although I say I do like the look of this, and I was joking with someone that I might actually make a kill team up and just leave them like this, so they're kind of like black and white grayscale. Just because I like the look, it's kind of like, well, I don't know, it's just cool. Yeah, and then yeah, usual thing, just get your contrast paints, dipping inks, all that kind of speed paint, good stuff, and just paint as normal. Yeah, so everything went really well here. Obviously, my usual downfall, or something I'm not very good at, or not me. Well, I'm waffling now, but I'm going to leave it in because I've started, so I'll finish. And that is when it comes to painting the yellow. I always have a lot of problems because I've only got one yellow paint, and that's from Army Painter. But when I use it, it always comes out looking, well, more orange, which obviously isn't very good because I've already got an orange speed paint, so I really want a yellow. So I had the usual sort of cunning plan, and I thought I'd have a go at mixing the yellow speed paint with some normal yellow, just to see, well, to see what came out. So yeah, so this is the Zealot yellow. So on the label, it looks lovely in yellow, but no matter how much you shake it, it still comes out orange. So yeah, I had to go at mixing the two together. Obviously, this is where me and mixing paints, I don't ever do it, so I never know what sort of quantities to go with or what ratio. So it kind of came out, well, it was almost like I'd watered down the yellow, to be honest. It kind of lost its contrast sort of look, and it also lost its full yellow look. So yeah, It was more wishy-washy than anything else, but it was still more of a yellow than the speed paint yellow. So I was happy with that. And then I finished off any areas that there weren't the contrast paints with a good old wash, just like I normally do in all my sort of painting techniques. And yeah, then it was done. And yeah, really liked how they looked. The colours sort of worked really well. And yeah, and the poses, I say, because these guys are kind of running, it's pretty cool. Although Batman, I think he could almost have been Superman, because it looks like he's about to, well, fly through the sky, which is pretty cool. So yeah, obviously just need to take them off the bases, and they normally just come off nice and easy by just holding on to the wire with obviously the pliers, and then giving the little figure a little twist, and yeah, you hear a little crack, which is obviously the glue breaking, and off they come. So as these figures aren't going to be sort of used in any kind of game, I'm going to stick them on one of the normal bases and do a little bit of basing, just because I say all the figures that I normally use in games or whatever, I put on clear bases. But say, yeah, these guys are just purely decorative and will sort of sit on my desk, I guess. So with the basing, again, not to keep it nice and quick and easy, the best kind of basing that I like is this, my little box full of, I think it's like 4 different kind of grass colours in there. Some like little bits of cork in there and a few stones. And yeah, just get some glue, put it all over the base, and then sprinkle on. So sometimes I can dip these, but in this case it's easier to just sort of sprinkle on all the grass. I did have one of those static grass applicators, but never really used it. I kind of preferred my grass just sort of looking, well, more hickledy-pickledy. And there you go, yeah, a nice simple base, and let's see these guys in all their glory. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Don't forget to let me know down in the comments who you'd like me to make next. And if you can, share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.